Watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. So there is what we call a triple injury boost on the side of Arsenal. You get? And it's really very, 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 very interesting for the club of Arsenal to obviously gate in this, because it's really very important in everything that they want to obviously achieve this season. When you come into games of football like this, all you need is to obviously have your fully fit squad to get the job done and dusted. And I think that's what Arsenal is all about. They really want to get this job done and dusted and get it out of its way and see who they will obviously be facing in the next round of the Champions League. And we know that it's going to be either Bodo Glimt or it's going to be Bodo Glimt or this other guy called Sporting Lisbon, Sporting CP, where this guy came from. Now, today, the manager of Arsenal is going to obviously hold a presser and missing players. Martin Odegaard, he said he's out, so Odegaard is not going to be part of this encounter, but Arsenal really has lots of players that can really play into that position. For example, Kai Havertz can. Which other guy? Kai Havertz can, Trossard can, and Ebelechi Eze can. That is it. So, Martin Odegaard is totally out. Then, on if Ricardo Calafiori and Leandro Trossard are available, he said those two are a possibility that they are available, and we'll see tomorrow. So, today in the training sessions, we obviously saw to it that these players were obviously available, and Arsenal really went ahead to do a very good job into that particular encounter to see to it that they really put out a very huge fight to see these players really available. And in most cases, these players, when you see them available, it's very hard not to obviously see them travel to the side of Germany. Now, we wait and see which squad of Arsenal is traveling to Germany, right? On Gabriel and William Saliba, he said they are back. Remember, Saliba hasn't kicked a ball ever since Arsenal went ahead to obviously beat Chelsea by 2-1 at the Emirates. But right now, they are really back, and they're obviously going to be doing the needful for this particular encounter. Declan Rice and Zubimendi asked, he said Martin Zubimendi and Declan Rice also return. Remember, they never made it to the match squad that played in what we call the game of the weekend when they are beating Mansfield by 2-1. Now, Arteta was asked on if the messaging to the players changes changes now that we are in the knockout. They said yes. You start the second part of the campaign and you know what is at stake. We start to play games where you are in or you are out. There is no margin for maneuver, and we are going to face a very difficult contest tomorrow against a real good team. That's what Arteta is going to have to say. So, he's not taking any chances, and he's not obviously undermining Bayern Leverkusen, as many have gone ahead to say that it's going to be an easy tie. On paper, it's an easy tie, but it's always different on paper and on what we call the it's on paper, it's different, and on what it's on ground. So let's wait and see whether Arsenal will obviously do the needful in there for you. Then, on if he challenges the players to win every game in the Champions League, he said the only thing you can take is game by game and try tomorrow to be better than the opposition and earn the right to win. We always talk about that. Obviously, we play so many games in different competitions. In the next 3 games, we are going to play in 3 different competitions against completely different opponents. You have to adapt to that. You have to, very early in the match, understand what the game is going to require, adapt to it, and be better than them. So, he's telling them that I'm taking match by match. I'm taking it game by game, and inside he knows that he has to win every game. but he's really playing some good card that I'm taking match by match. I'm not really gonna come in hard at any player that to win even the games that we haven't gonna hate to play. So that's where the saying comes in through. The most important game is the one that you're obviously gonna be playing. On why Lewis-Skelly has played more in Europe than the Premier League, he said every season is different. He's had very good moments in the season. He's had other moments when he hasn't played that much. Obviously, a few days ago in the FA Cup, he was suspended and he would not play. So there are various reasons sometimes as well. The good form of your teammates is another factor that contributes to, but he's doing really well. Now, English media. This is where I come in through and obviously hate English media. Do you know why? They're asking about this guy. But we all have to admit that Hincapie and Ricardo Calafiori have gone ahead obviously up their game. And Lewis-Skelly hasn't obviously upped his game. You get? He hasn't obviously upped his game. But if he had gone ahead obviously up his game, then the rest would have gone ahead to be history, I tell you. But he needs to up his game as a player, because when he ups his game, I tell you, a lot can go his way, because he stands a very good chance than any of the players at the Emirates, I tell you. For example, this player comes in through from the academy. You get? This player is an English player. And you know what Arsenal is built on. If you are a player from the academy, you obviously get a lot of support from the fans because they've watched you from when you were young and you've gone ahead to really graduate into the first team. So that's all about a team called Lewis-Skelly. And I think this season, he has not really looked good. Even those games where they've gone ahead to bring him on, I don't think that he has really put in what you call a commanding performance, right? A commanding performance that would make anyone think about him when Arsenal is really in danger. I don't know whether anyone can obviously come and really think about that, but for my case, I don't find it valid. I find it invalid. It doesn't really add up. So I think he needs to pull up his stockings. Though men are like, he's going to push for a move away from the side of... he's going to push for a move from a side of Arsenal. And I'm like, that's not the problem. He would have gone ahead to obviously get ample playing time at the club of Arsenal, I tell you. But what has the problem been? The problem has been him losing his grip onto how he is supposed to be playing in as a player, I tell you. For me, I see that as his own problem. That is it. But he's a good player. But this season, I think things have not gone ahead to work out well for the player. So that's what the manager really went ahead to say about a player called Lewis-Skelly. So on if Arsenal have established themselves in the knockout phase of this competition, he said, I believe so, but this is football and you have to show it tomorrow night. I know that you have to be so clear what the game is going to demand. You need to perform on the day. The UEFA Champions League is about the day, and within that day, there are moments, and you have to be better than the opponent. You understand? So, obviously, in any game, you need to be better than your opponent. You might not really look good when you're playing, but what you put out has to be better than your opponent. And whether in execution, putting those balls at the back of the net, you need to be having an attribute where you're better than your opponent. Or you out-defend him, or you outscore him. In every game, there is a moment where you need to be better than your opponent. So, I think the manager has obviously gone ahead and give it a very good answer. On if the players are better prepared, he said, they certainly have more experience in the competition. When I joined, there was a big part of them that didn't play in this competition. That's obviously something that is necessary like in any other competition, and they understand it better. Now, we have to perform. Obviously, the manager is like, no one should come out here and really say he's naive about the competition. No. You are prepared for this stage, and you've been prepared for this stage for a very long period of time. Not so? On if Arsenal have learned from last season's semi-final, he said yes. You learn about the things that you did well and the reason why you are there, and the things that you can improve. But then every game and every time will be so specific that it's so difficult to replicate. You can have certain memories, but actually you have to apply your learnings in that moment, and that window is very small. So you have to be efficient. Obviously, you have to be efficient, because if Arsenal really had created their chances and put them in the back of the net against a team known as PSG, maybe Arsenal would have gone to be playing in the final. But there was no way Arsenal would have gone to make to the final when they never really did that. And efficiency is really key. Efficiency in defending, efficiency in attacking. The offensive and defensive efficiency plays a key part, on if the players think about the quadruple. He said, no, I don't use that phrase. I don't know what they talk about when I'm not here. But we all know the difficulty of every competition. Starting tomorrow, we are challenging from competition to competition every 3 days. And so far, we've done so well. And we need to continue to do that. Obviously, Arsenal has really competed so well this season. And they now know the most important bit of every game is to win it. So they won't really look back. On how much he saw of Kai Havertz at Bayern Leverkusen, he said not so much, to be fair, because in our league and with the amount of games that we play, we don't have much time to analyze an individual player in a different country. But I did speak to him. He spent 10 incredible years here. The way he talks about the club, the people here, the culture, what he has learned, and how hard this journey was for him to continue his next chapter in England was capital. A lot of learnings, and I'm glad to see how people are receiving him the moment he's walking around the building, and I'm not surprised. So, we all know that Kai Havertz was at Bayern Leverkusen. That's not a secret, and that's where Chelsea went ahead to buy him. And he left, and he was one of the best players in the fan. They bought him expensively, so he was really good there, and people were really good at him, and that's why when he came in through, everyone was trying to obviously say hi to him, because it's like his home club. On how confident Arsenal are with the fitness of Kai Havertz, he said now it's been 3 weeks that he's had total consistency in terms of training, preparations, and game time, and we are going to continue to roll that because we know how Kai can impact the game. Obviously, he can impact this game of football, and I don't know whether the manager will obviously say, let me start him or let me play him off the bench, but it's going to be one of those very, very important players when it comes to the best time possible of Arsenal playing a team known as Bayern Leverkusen. His fitness, 3 weeks now, he's really okay, but we need to test him out for more coming weeks. On what it's been like to manage this period of injuries for Kai, he said it's been something new for him. When you look at his injury record, it's just blank. He never had a muscle injury, and last year he had his hamstring injury and required surgery, and then the knee injury. So it's been a tough period, but as well, a lot of great things happened in his private life as well. When you talk about a 15 to 20 year career, you are going to have to undergo, unfortunately, the most likely things through these moments. If there is a person that has the right combination of humbleness, patience, and love for the game, and competitive edge, that's Kai Havertz. He had difficult moments, but that's why we are here and all his teammates and family are here. Now he needs to really enjoy all the work that he's put in to see the results at the end of the season. So he's put in a lot of work, and we wait to see how he really does the needful. On the viral clip of Mikel Arteta and Declan Rice in training earlier today, they very gently suggested that we have to go through the tunnel because of something that happened a few days ago. It was a bit of a banter, a bit of fun, and they were right. On the impact of fun within training sessions, he said, it's the interaction that we have with the players. We as staff love working with them. I think that feeling is from both sides because they know how much we care about them. The level of demand goes up very closely with the level of support they get. I think the better that connection is, the bigger the chance is to achieve. So that's all about Mikel Arteta, talking about the impact of fun in training sessions. That means these players really enjoy his training sessions in there for you. So a lot of things are going to be said by the manager, and he was asked on if he believes Arsenal can go the distance. He said, I live the present and prepare for what I expect and what I feel every single day with optimism, putting everything that I have in and trying to transmit and inspire those players to feel the same way. And then, this is football. We have to do it, you know. There is so much to do. There is a lot that we have done. But the important part is coming now, and it starts tomorrow. So that's Arteta for you. So he has said lots of things about this particular encounter, briefing us about his players. But wait and see whether Arsenal obviously come up and do the needful. Muhinda says, hello, bro. Hello. Great job. I'm doing all right. Thank you. Peter Bagonza, Mr. RD. I'm good. How are you too? Then Tukwasiwe Eric. Good evening, RD. This is a season Odegaard has not helped Arsenal, and if they fail the Premier League and Champions League, it will be his fate. Not really. Not really. It's nowhere his fault. You get? It's nowhere his fault for everything that is really not going the way Arsenal wants it to go. So, as it stands right now, I want to let you know that it's really going to be very important for you guys to obviously subscribe to this channel and see to it that you really get in the best of the best. But a lot is really happening, and I really understand that. We'll obviously come back here more and more. Arsenal is playing tomorrow. The pre-match preview is coming up tomorrow, and we will wait and see how things really pan out. But all in all, it has been nice having you on this channel. That is the triple injury boost for the club of Arsenal. Saliba, Trossard, and Ricardo Calafiori are back for the game of a team called So that is it, and I think we've gone ahead to do everything that we deserve to do and really say everything we have to say about this particular encounter. So please do the needful and subscribe to this channel, and continue to obviously serve us with more news and information about this. But my role is to bring you this, and your role is to obviously watch and really subscribe in here for you. So guys, thank you very much for watching through, and it's nice and lovely having you here. So see you when we obviously drop another video. But UEFA Champions League games are really underway, right? UEFA Champions League games are underway. You get? UEFA Champions League games are underway, where Newcastle 0-0 with Barcelona, Atletico Madrid 5, Spurs 1, Atalanta 0, Bayern 6, Galatasaray 1, Liverpool 0 in there for you. So Liverpool has been beaten by Galatasaray. Oh my God, you know. But Liverpool can overturn this in the second leg. In there for it's going to be played at Anfield. In there. In there for you. So guys, let's sign out for now. See you later, and we love you guys. We love you, and bye-bye. I'm having someone here commenting. Good evening, Ari. Thanks for the update. Arsenal needs to win this game.